Hey everyone, this is Troy Hippolito with ISO Interactive and Return Client. Today we're going to the top three frequently asked questions that I always receive. And before now, talking about the top three FAQs. Um, the questions are, what do you do exactly? How can LinkedIn help my business? Why do people fail at LinkedIn? Those are really the top three questions that I receive. All right. So the first thing is, what do you do exactly? Well, I actually own several companies. And two of them that I want to talk about, one is ISO Interactive and the other is Return Client. ISO Interactive is a digital agency. We do apps, sites, specialty systems, and things like that. We've done things like for Coca-Cola, we did their enterprise site. It's a pretty detailed project. We also developed Harry Potter Virtual World, which is a game, and you can build out your avatars and cast spells and that sort of thing. And we've also developed Xbox mobile apps and a lot of specialty apps. But most of the projects we create are very small. They're for the moms and pops and startup companies. And those projects are, the sites and the apps and specialty projects. But they range in between $3,000, up to maybe 20,000. So we actually take on projects from $3,000 to $800,000, but the smaller ones are from three to 20K ish. The second thing is return client, and that's a business development end. So we tried it on ourselves first, and we received about, previous to this, 2 to 3 business meetings a week. Once we developed the system and worked out a lot of the details in order to kind of home it in to what we were trying to do, we were able to get about 15, 16 meetings per week. So we went from 2 to 3 to about 15 every single week. And so it works out pretty well. I receive about 30 to 50 replies a day. And then out of that, I have a, company that categorizes that. And so I know how to respond properly. And there's a lot more to that too. Return Client actually offers coaching. That's very, very important. So you know how to respond to people properly. We offer formulas and systems and campaigns in order to kind of reduce a lot of your time so you can just concentrate on what you need. And we also offer social media. It's more of a trifecta effect where it works out pretty well. If you want to know more information on how to increase your business, if you have any questions, let me know. So that's exactly what I do. I run ISO Interactive, and I also run Return Client. ISO Interactive does sites, apps, and specialty projects, and Return Client does business development. Actually brings you clients in and makes your life a lot easier. Okay, number 2, how can LinkedIn help my business? All right, well, I think on my website I have a stats documented, and if you want it, I could tell you the LinkedIn business stats. LinkedIn has about 610 million, I think, as of 4 months ago, members. 40% of them, not 4, but 40% of them are active daily. And so it's the largest B2B the social market for business. It is not a sales tool; it's a relationship tool. And so you go there in order to build a relationship over a course of time in order to eventually convert to a deal. You have to do that by offering value and things of that nature. And that kind of rolls into the number 3 question. So LinkedIn is huge. It's one of the major components for B2B relationships that will ultimately turn into business. I think I have a lot more information on that, but it kind of rolls into question 3. So that kind of answers how can LinkedIn help my business. Number 3 is, why do people fail at LinkedIn? A lot of people fail on LinkedIn. They just don't know what they're doing. Another thing is that they try to sell right away. That's a huge issue, especially outside the U.S. and U.K. A lot of countries are just trying to sell, or they're not being genuine. So the second reason is people are not genuine and they do not communicate well. And number three, they're not trying to build a relationship. They're just trying to sell a widget or sell a project or sell ability to get a project or whatever it is they're trying to do. They're not really offering value to that potential future customer or partner. And so you have to actually provide value first. So I would actually say you need to provide more value than what you would expect. And some people say, well, go ahead and provide 51% value and 49% of the stuff you expect to actually convert well or whatever. I don't really believe that. I think it's, you always want to offer value. I always try to put 80% value and then maybe 20% advertisement. There's kind of three categories that kind of tell you a little bit about yourself to see if you're even qualified to use LinkedIn to be beneficial. So these three things are: is your audience on LinkedIn in the active form? If you don't know, you can get Sales Navigator, or you can have a meeting with me, and I'll go on my Sales Navigator and we'll run a search on those particular criteria. And then part of that is, are they on as an active form? And so we can look at that as well. You may have a huge populace of potentials that are on LinkedIn, but a very small bit of them are actually active. And so if they're not active on LinkedIn, it's very difficult to use LinkedIn as a tool or as the only tool to kind of produce business. So that's the one thing. The second thing is that will you actually be active daily and respond to the people that are replying to you or requesting information from you on a day-to-day basis? After 48 hours, those leads go bad. They're not. I wouldn't say go bad, but people forget who you are. They move on because they have lives and businesses and that sort of thing. So if you're not getting them in a very tight window that same day, within a few hours or whatever, then you'll end up causing a lot of non-responses. I think the third thing is if you can close a deal. So if you can build a relationship and actually close a deal, a lot of customers cannot do that. And so if you can't close a deal, you need to hire someone that actually can help you with that. We provide ways to actually provide you everything else but actually closing deals. But we have partners that you can hire, and a lot of our clients actually have these partners that act as the actual closers for the sales agents. So those are kind of the reason why people fail on LinkedIn. So hopefully you found this helpful. Just reach out if you have any questions, and I hope this was, I hope it was valuable to you. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.